Egypt's call for democracy. After weeks of protests, the nation will today see its first parliamentary election since the fall of its dictator Hosni Mubarak. But while many of the people in Egypt are looking forward to the polls, some are still skeptical about the polls, with scores of new parties cropping up overnight.
This is Mohammed Tamam, a well-known Egyptian artist. With barely any political experience, Tamam has set aside his paintbrush to contest the parliamentary elections in Egypt.
We are all of us part of the revolution. We will not calm down until we are sure that the country has reached safe waters and become a true democracy, which is what we hope for Egypt, God willing.
Thousands across Egypt are gripped by a similar sentiment as the nation sees its very first free and hopefully fair elections since the ouster of Hosni Mubarak. But not all pro-democracy protesters are satisfied just yet. Thousands remain camped at the Tahrir Square, split on whether to participate in the elections or not.
أنا رأيي ننتخب على أساس إيه ما نسيبش الساحة لفصيل بعين إن هو إيه يفوز بالسلطة ونقول رأينا في الانتخابات.
بكرة بإذن الله وبعد بكرة رغبة في الاستقرار وإن إحنا نعدي المرحلة اللي إحنا متعرضين ليها دلوقتي. البلد في خلال شهور قليلة جدا هتسقط.
Confusion regarding candidates persists in the voting public, with scores of new parties cropping up since Mubarak stepped down.
This is part of a struggle for democracy, for achieving a full transition from military to civilian rule. And by electing a parliament, the military council will automatically lose the power of issuing laws by decree, the power that it has been enjoying since February, and in our view that it has been abusing since February.
Meanwhile, Egypt's Army Chief Field Marshal Hussein Tantawi has warned of extremely grave consequences if protesters meddle with today's elections.
So certainly from the Field Marshal there, a veiled warning indeed that this situation must be resolved, and the only way it is going to be resolved, it would appear, is if in some form those tens of thousands of protesters who've been gathering on Tahrir Square are satisfied in terms of their demand. That would not appear to be the case. It is being made very clear that the Army Council is not going to be stepping aside. It insists, continue to guard and guide this electoral process.
To bring down the military regime, presidential aspirant Mohammed El Baradei has indicated that he was ready to drop his candidacy if asked to lead the government. Today's vote is the start of a long drawn-out process that concludes in March. And with the standoff between the ruling military council and protesters intensifying, Egypt still has some tough days ahead. Bureau Report, Times Now.